What you got there then?
I've got a helmet. This is my Scorpion ADX 1. Today, I take delivery of a Scorpion ADX 2.
Explain why it hasn't got a peak on and all that kind of stuff, because you can ride it without can't you?
Yeah, so I was riding yesterday, had an associate, and it was biblical rain, and I got soaking wet. And I have had this helmet for about a year, which is surprising. I thought I had it longer, about a year. Really, really comfy helmet. One of the best helmets I've ever had. The peak doesn't vibrate. It gives me the right sunshade when I need it. Venting is really good. Got a chin mount from chinmount.com. Check out the link in the description below. That allows you to put GoPros and other cameras on it. Got my interphone.
Ucom 2.
No, 4. Battery on the back. Ice tags all over it. But I've ridden with this everywhere.
There's a but.
Now this helmet, I've taken it all off so it can dry. You usually pull that red button that's underneath and it flips up. Yesterday I left home, everything's fine. I just got back from Spain, everything's been fine. Got up to meet my associate and I'm like, ugh, it won't open. I had it on and I had to try and get the helmet
to panic.
On and up.
Well, it's like being in a diving helmet, you can't get it off.
Well, kind of. Kind of. I can just about get the helmet on and off.
Because you have got a big Swede.
Oh, thanks.
That's not
I
comfy.
now understand how people feel putting on a full face helmet, and I never want to experience it ever again. I really like this flip up. But look, it's broke. So,
busted.
when I ordered my ADX 2, because I thought, well, it's wrecked, it needs to be replaced, because it's dangerous, isn't it? If one thing comes off, that might be loose. This side just will not come off, and I've tried my best to poke my eyes in there and poke things in there to flick it out.
Poke my eyes, what, you got them stalks?
Yeah. But this, I think this lever, I think some of the mechanism in there has, or this side has broken. It's not releasing at all. So luckily it was broken in the clamped position as opposed to open, because that would have been really dangerous. However, this helmet, you can wear up, but you can't wear it up legally because it's not got one of those clips.
P&J clip.
That's it.
I think very few have actually.
Wow.
K-Berg have.
The ADX2 helmet that is going to be delivered this afternoon has got one. Check out the review when we do it.
Interesting. I was talking to a policeman police motorcyclist, and I said, "Am I riding with those things?" I went, yeah. I said, "You know, it's illegal, don't you?" And he went, "Why not?" See, I've got a P&J clip on there. And he went, "Oh."
Oh. Right. So, when I ordered my helmet, I messaged, because I buy my stuff through Sports Bike Shop.
The shops are available.
Yeah, they don't sponsor anything, but I find their service really good. This was on a Saturday, and I sent them an email and I said, just out of interest, I've had a look at the ADX1 description on your website. I bought it last year. Here's the invoice number, and it's got a 5-year warranty. I didn't know it had a 5-year warranty.
It had that.
So
5 years?
Yeah. So I messaged him and I said, the clasp or the mechanism's broke. I can't get it open. I don't want to damage it. I've got to get all the stuff off before I send it back. Anyway, didn't expect anything over the weekend, but because I'd ordered the other helmet, they rang me. How cool is that?
Yeah.
And Sally from Sports Bike Shop.
Like Sally?
She was lovely, really lovely. Couldn't do enough to help me. Anyway, so I bought another thing with the helmet that I'd bought and then realised you could get a discount. She rang up for that as well. But in essence, she said that Scorpion have got a really, really good warranty process. So she sent me the labels. I need to box this one up when my other one comes, send it back to them. They assess whether they can fix it. If they can fix it, they fix it. If they can't fix it, they'll just issue me a new helmet.
Can you get one in my size then? Because you've already got one.
So that, well, then it will mean that I've got 2 helmets, so the longevity of them will be a lot more, won't they? Because I won't be wearing one all the time and be reliant on one. And that's the one thing with wanting to have 2 helmets, is that this has proved that if you ride bikes as much as you and I do, other people do the same, and you're relying on one bit of kit, if that fails, you can't ride, can you?
No. I've had mine about 2 years, and I have never had that problem, so I'm quite pleased with that, you know.
But it gave no indication. I just put it on in the morning, rode off.
I don't think they talk to you, you know. I don't think, oh, I'm going to brake later.
No, but you would expect something to click or some noise to happen or something else to happen, but nothing gave me an indication that it wasn't going to work. Just shut normally.
Just had a bad day.
Yeah. So yeah, but all this, I mean, after a year, and we're riding like thousands of miles a year. All of the inserts are really good. I've washed them a couple of times.
Have you?
Yeah. Well, I had to. In August, going down through France, 39 degrees is the first time I've ever felt sweat rolling off my head coming into the helmet, and it stank at the end of the tour, so I had to wash it. But best helmet I've ever had. So that's a short snippet on the first bit of our return, and we'll give you we'll update the video, or we'll put 2 videos together, so it's one long
These are
video
awesome helmets though.
about how I get on with the return.
Brilliant visor. Loads of
The thing that really
space.
surprised me with it is you can see so much more peripheral vision because the visor is massive.
It's like I feel sometimes these flip top helmets, they've just taken a helmet
Just made it flip up.
and made it flip up, and
Yeah.
for that reason you don't get that much feel. This is like a proper adventure helmet, or you know, a motocross helmet if you want.
Yeah.
With loads of vis on it, and they've added the bits to it. It's an awesome bit. I love it.
They're about between, depending on when you look and what discounts are on or what sales are on, 150 to 180 quid.
And light.
Yeah, I think it's about 1,600 grams or something like that.
There you go.
The other one I think is a little bit heavier. It's a little bit more expensive, but these are discounted at the moment. Sports Bike Shop got them for about 150 quid.
ADX ones.
ADX ones, yeah.
I love it. I know a few people have bought them riding for Cornwall Blood bikes, and they really get on well with them.
They are noisier than a Shoei or a Schubert, but not much. And
But
to be
earplugs.
honest, should be wearing earplugs anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll give you an update as soon as we got it. Oh. ADX, a Scorpion ADX 1 helmet, and it's the best helmet I've ever had. It was about £180, something like that.
Yeah, mine was about
It's
that.
cheaper at the moment, actually. It's about 140, 150 quid on Sports Bike Shop.
I've
and
had
many
mine
other
2
places.
years now, I think.
Well, I had mine for a year, and the connection here had broken. I think we did it on the last video, it had broken. And I couldn't open it. So I got hold of Sports Bike Shop. They're 5-year warranty for these things.
A 5-year warranty?
5-year warranty.
Wonder how many other helmets do that.
Don't know, but 5-year warranty is really good. So I got hold of them, sent it back. And
To Sports Bike Shop?
Yeah, and they said that Scorpion have got one of the best warranties out there, and that they would assess it, see if they could fix it. If they can't, they would just replace it, or they would fix it. And it was one of the mechanisms in here that's controlled by this button that had broken, so it wouldn't release.
Oh.
Now, I cleaned the helmet, took everything off it before I sent it away, thinking, oh, I might get a new helmet. But I didn't. They sent me my helmet back. But I love it. After a year, yes, it failed, but they fixed it without quibble. Really, really good helmet. I love that helmet. It's so comfortable and quiet.
Isn't it funny how people slag off, let's say, cheaper helmets? You know, I think they're wrong to do that. It's very snobbish, I think. Oh, I've got a Schubert, or I've got a I would only ever buy a Neotech or whatever. And you go, okay, that's fine. Everyone's a helmet for everybody. But if people's budgets don't stretch to 500 or 600 quid, and you can get a helmet that is just as good, why not?
And they've got really good safety ratings, and you can fit all of your comms and stuff in there as usual, and it's really comfy.
And I like this type of helmet, this particular helmet. Like I say, I've had mine 2 years now, and it's probably due for a replacement actually, because it's humming a bit.
Well, you can take everything out and wash it. That's the other thing.
Who does that?
I have.
I've noticed that on the bottom of mine now, when it catches on my halite vest, it's rubbed a little bit on the suede stuff there. But I can replace that. I can buy another one. However, I like the field of vision in the helmet, the view. It's almost like a motocross helmet, because it's way back here, and the visor's massive. The sun visor drops down. It comes right down low. You know, some only come just to sort of cheek level, don't they?
Yeah, there you go.
But that comes right down. The only other helmet I've had that's had as good a sun visor as that was my LS2.
Yeah, that fell apart though, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Never had a problem with these falling apart.
Absolutely not.
No.
I mean, you would say it was bomb-proof. Oh, just bashed the microphone there. Sorry about that. You'd say it was bomb-proof, and the bolts are all, you know, positive, and it's easy to just take apart and clean and all the rest of it.
And they come with a pin lock in the box, so you haven't got to worry about any of that.
And the visor, you can ride the helmet with the visor on or off. And I've never had any issue, like we've said previously, about people say, oh, my visor...
Oh, this one up here, you mean? Yeah.
Vibrates. The peak vibrates at speed. I'm thinking, how fast are you riding? Because, you know, at normal speeds, mine doesn't vibrate. None of my peaked helmets have ever done that.
No. The only thing I do get every now and then is when we're out riding bikes.
Oh.
Test riding bikes is that if I'm riding a naked bike and the wind hits it, you're like that. But, you know, for our bikes, I love it.
And for adventure type bike.
Like you said, you can take that off because they supply the plastic inserts there. So you can take that off if you don't like it, and then it's back to just a normal helmet.
Yep. It's so easy to use. Yeah. I would say that they're a little bit small for size.
Well, I don't know. I'm medium in everything, and I found this to fit perfectly. It was a little bit tighter than I would have liked when I first got it, but I got used to it, and it soon frees itself up. It was quite nice, actually. If
you're sort of on the... Because I got a medium as well, but I found mine was quite uncomfortable. Well, not uncomfortable, that's the wrong word. Snug.
Yeah,
for a long time, and then it sort of worked itself out. I stuck with it because I thought if I changed it and bought a large, it would be too big.
Yeah.
You know, so, but they're a little bit snug. But they do wear out in the end.
Well, they all do, don't they? They've all got a shelf life, but the internals are really, really good, really comfy. And you can fit all of your microphones. I mean, I've got the Interphone, what have I got? Interphone Ucom 4. And that microphone fits in there. And I've got the microphone for my GoPro, which I found the chin mount. So check out chin mounts. They're really good. It's a 3D thing that's just moulded, 3M taped to your front of your helmet.
Nice.
Off you go. So I haven't got
ventilation.
All this
what's that like in there?
Ventilation's really good because you have got a massive front ventilation there. Now you haven't got anything inside. It's either open or shut. And then you have got, I don't know whether you can see it, another one at the top. So you've got ventilation, and I think
exhaust vents.
You've got, there's 2 exhaust vents.
Now, I've got a question for you, because I always wear a balaclava, even in the summer, because I've got no hair.
Apart from at the moment.
So, because obviously with no hair, it just makes your helmet smelly and all the rest of it. So it's easy to wash just the balaclava and the inside occasionally. But I can't feel any, because I've got the balaclava on, I don't feel any wind flow. Do you feel it without? Because obviously you've got slightly more hair. Not much though.
Well, thanks. Well, I was riding down through France and Spain in 39 degrees. And that's the first time I've ever felt sweat dripping off my head through the helmet, hence the fact that I've washed it all inside. I had them both open, and you could feel that there was air going across, but because it was so hot, it was hot air.
Right.
So I ended up shutting it. But I very rarely have that open at all, especially in the UK. It never gets hot enough to need that ventilation. I don't know why people want so much. That's always open. I don't think I've ever shut it. Apart from a few weekends ago in December when it was like 2-3 degrees when we started riding, it was really frosty, so I shut it and that stopped it. So it's obviously working, but the reason I don't use the vents is because I nearly always ride with my visor open.
That explains the pop marks on your face then. Although flies are getting less in the winter.
Next year we'll be advertising for a new presenter.
Thank God!
No, but it's really nice. And the other thing about this helmet is I've ridden through biblical rain in several countries and never, ever, ever had any rain come down through the seal of the visor. Lots of manufacturers seem to have a problem, don't they? And people moan about that. I've never had water inside unless I've had it open. If it's shut,
it's perfect. The pin lock works really well. Sometimes I find the pin lock starts steaming up at the bottom, but then I just open the vent and it's fine. So yeah, I love that. And I've got it back.
It's interesting that you mentioned about the water running down. I mean, I've had K-Bergs, which are really nice helmets. Drip, drip, drip. I had a BMW System 6, a nightmare. I know a guy who had probably about 4 or 5 BMW helmets. So he kept taking them back. The visor doesn't fit. And I might be saying something completely out of line here, but when they do the designs on the helmets, I wonder if they actually put them in a wind tunnel and put water on them.
I expect they do, because
that's straight from the get-go. I've had helmets that have dripped. I mean, that can't be right, can it?
Well, the thing is with these Scorpion helmets is they're really cheaper than the other helmets. They're on par with a good helmet, but the attention to detail, I don't know whether you can see inside there, there's a little plastic like neoprene strip.
I've had to stick those on helmets before.
To stop the visor scratching on the top. So they're obviously thinking about stuff. I do like on here the fact that the sun visor is up on the side. Some of them are down the bottom, and some of them you put your helmet on and it just drops down because you've nudged that. It's a bit of a pain, but this is really good helmet, and I got it back. So if you're in the market for a good cheap helmet, ADX 1 from Scorpion, loads of colours, but I like it in white. But it's not white, it's like pearlescent, shiny, it's got like little specks in it.
It's very nice.
Yeah, it's very good.
Anyway, get rid of that old garbage.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's our video about getting that fixed. So get yours fixed if it's broke. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.